But we did what we could.
Was there like one last brick where you were like, tink, like waiting to knock it out?
Yeah, man. And there was a column.
Like Jenga?
That came up from right here. And there was actually 2 arches that were supported by it. And we basically knocked that column out and everything just fell and crumbled to the ground. It made a big splat and that was awesome.
It's Max Major, and this is episode 66 of the vlog. It's Monday, feeling very rested after a great weekend, and I am heading into the office and hoping that this week I can get really focused. We are about 2 weeks out from the Baltimore premiere of Think Again, and with everything that I've had on my plate lately, I've been struggling to keep my attention on a single task. And so today is all about focus. I talk a lot about the importance of hard work on this vlog, but one of the things that is equally as important is focus. This is me at age 25, just a few years after I had graduated college. Actually, let's be honest, it'd be a little more like this. Now, I graduated college just a few years prior, and I've been spending some of my energy on my magic career. I've been spending some more of my energy on some side projects, things like a startup vodka company, also working as a bartender to make ends meet, and also a tech company, and all these other projects that were pulling my attention, but that were going very well. But my energy as a whole was clearly divided. Whoa, wait a minute. I scheduled a meeting with the managing director of the Dingman Center for Entrepreneurship, his name was Asher Epstein, to talk about how things were going and just catch up. He said, "What is your goal?" And at the time my answer was to be the most famous magician in the world. And he said, "Well, when's that going to happen? You're almost 30 years old." And this struck me. He said, "What's the point of any of this if your goal is this?" And I decided from that moment forward that I was going to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that was my performing career. And you know, it wasn't until I took this leap of faith that I focused my energy on one thing and left everything else behind that I really became the performer I wanted to become and the person I wanted to become. And since then, I never looked back. This is how I spent the first 25 years of my life, being pulled between things that I found interesting, splitting my time and energy on different tasks and projects. This is the alternative. And ultimately, the power of focus. It looks like it's about to pour down rain outside, and I biked to the office today, so I'm gonna try to head home and beat this storm. On the heels of a discussion about focusing, I am now going to a meeting about an investment I'm thinking about making in a new bar and restaurant in Washington, D.C. And I think it's important that I make a distinction between where you actively spend your time and energy and where you passively invest your money, which are two very different things. I'm standing out front, the site of Homestead, the newest neighborhood bar opening up in Pentworth in Washington, D.C. Give you guys a tour around. So the whole place has this really awesome vibe of reclaimed wood and raw steel. In fact, Nick even took a lot of the original pieces of this property and integrated it into the final build. And so the bar downstairs has some of the old doors from inside the house as the face of the bar. And this leads to the outside patio, which is actually one of the biggest rooftop bars in all of Washington, D.C., not just this neighborhood. I'm in.
All right, cheers. Awesome. When
when people see you putting all of your energy in one direction, when you have one consistent message about what it is that you do, others sort of gather around you and lift you up. And this was the piece I did not expect.